Hi everyone, I am Venkat. In this video, I will cover how to create CI/CD pipeline to deploy Docker containers to the Azure environment. Part of the agenda, I am going to be cover Azure Container Registry, Azure Container Instances, Azure Web App for Containers. For CI/CD pipelines, I am taking Azure DevOps. These are two my past videos. In the part 1, I covered how to install the Docker and basic Docker commands and a Docker file and meaning of each command which is you are using inside the Docker file. In the part 2, I cover the Docker compose file. And if you have your solution have the more than one instance like a MVC and Web API, so how to spin up the complex environment using the single step using the Docker compose file. So now I'm going to be cover 3 scenarios. So first scenario is the demo one. This is the another scenario. This is another scenario. So for CI/CD pipelines based on the project requirement, it will be changed. So that's where like I have three scenarios. I took it the 3 scenarios to cover as much as possible. In the scenario 1, demo 1, like if there is a code at your local and Docker is enabled, which is working fine at your local. Now you want to push to the Azure environment to have a look how it will works. So if I take this scenario, it involves the 3 steps. So the step 1 is from your local using the Docker CLI, create a Docker image and push to the Azure Container Registry. Step 2, log into the Azure portal, and once you log in, third step is create a Azure Container instances by referring to the Docker image from the Azure Container Registry. So in this scenario, like I'm going to be take the sample of which contains the 2 instances. One is the Web API, and another one is the MVC app. So this MVC app will consume internally to the Web API to display the content. In the demo 2 scenario, here I am going to be cover the CI/CD pipelines. So I clearly mentioned in the diagram which steps comes under the CI, which steps comes under the CD. In the continuous integration, it contains the 2 steps, step 1 and 2. Step 1, push your code from your local to the Git repository. Step 2, create a build pipeline that takes the Git repository code as an input and create a Docker image and push to the Azure Container Registry. So the CI part is completed. Coming to the CD, you need to create release pipeline that takes Docker image from Azure Container Registry and create Azure Container instances. Coming to the demo 3 scenario, this is similar to the demo 2, but the only change is if you see this one, like which is highlighted with the red, and Azure App Services. So if I coming to the demo 2, in this case I am taking the Azure Container Instances, in this case Azure App Services, the different types of the Azure resource. So if I compare the demo 2 to demo 3, the release pipeline, the way you build will change that one. Let's start the demo 1 scenario. For this, we need a sample application. So if you go to that my public GitHub, so the Munaga Venkat, I will share this URL in the description of the video, and I'm going to the repositories, and I'm going to be use this sample for the today's demo. I'm going to be copy of this URL. Then if I open the Windows PowerShell ISC in the admin mode, so I'm going to be create the directory and to get it local. So make dir in the C drive DevOps one. I am executing now. It is created. Now I'm going inside of that particular folder. So now I'm inside this folder. So I'm going to be clone that one by passing the URL. So now if you go, I'm going to the inside the folder. Okay, CD and okay, this is a folder, right? Now I'm inside the solution. Okay, now if I see here this folder also, so in this path you have the solution now. I'm going to open this solution and first quickly run your local, how it look like. So Visual Studio 2019. Now project is opened. Regarding to this project, I already covered in the previous videos, but still I will cover high levelly. It has the two projects. One is the main projects, like one is the web API. This is the web API project inside the services API, and another one is the MVC portal. So this MVC portal has a dependency with this web API. So this MVC portal consumes this web API and display the content here. So for this one, now I'm going to be, I already explained that one, these two projects already Docker is enabled. To enable the Docker for the project is in the Visual Studio is very easy. Just right click on the project, go to the add and click on the Docker support. And one more point, if you observe, if I click on this one, currently this solution is targeting for the Windows operating system. Okay. Now I'm going to be run by selecting the two projects. So the one is this one. Now both projects are selected. Before that, just I want to show this is the Docker desktop. So if I see, there is no images currently and containers, because I took it the latest version recently in my local. Now it started like showing the images. Previously it doesn't have this feature. So now I think it is background, it is working. Then okay, how to open this one is like you can find the desktop is running. If you right click on this, click on the dashboard. Okay, now I'm going to be run this one. Now it is preparing the first image, and then it will create a container from the image. You can observe here it is executing, like okay, images are creating. After that the containers are created here. So this is the both are running in the containers. Okay, this is the like a web API. If I see at the root, it will display like this one. But if I want to check the APIs are running, yes, it has the two APIs. One is the API customers. It will give all the customer information. And if I want to fetch the specific customer information, this is the another one. So two APIs are there. So now coming to this is the MVC portal. Like you have the normal functionality, but this is wherever if I click on the all customers, that will internally you using the REST API, it will call this particular web API and display the content. Now if I click on this one, it will fail. The reason behind is in the Docker concept, the communication between the two Dockers, it can't recognize by the IP address. Okay, but I will click on here to show that one. So it is failed. So now if I want to tell another one is, you have one more option to view the containers inside the Visual Studio. This is the one. So how do I open this one is, if you go to the view and other windows, you have the containers. So I recommend this one particularly. The reason is, these are the containers. If you see, this is the containers, this is images, and in the images you can see the manifest also here. If I see the containers and if I click on the particularly the MVC one, you can see all the environments variables at the container level, and ports, what are the ports are there, logs, and I can see folder level, like this is the making directory, the source directory for these containers. Okay, now if I see here, this is the Docker is running with the development mode. Okay, so I will go to this one. This is the project, right? This is the app config. So in the development, this is the URL to communicate to the web API, but this is wrong one. So if I check here, you can give, to recognize the containers, you can give the Docker name. So what is the Docker name here for web API is that this is the one. This is exactly the same as my project name. So I'm copying the project name and coming to the development, and I'm giving here as a host name. Now okay, now I'm going to be close these two. I'm rerunning the application. So now it opened this one. So like my API is running. Now this is my portal. So if I click on the all customers, so now it communicates to this API and showed the result. Even if I click on the view of the specific customer, it again communicating to the API and displayed the content. This is now the solution is working at my local. So now what I will do is we will start the we will try to be create an image and push to the Azure registry. So I am going to be take another one. Now for this one, this is the structure for the demo one scenario. What we are going to be do is we are creating a Docker image in our local. So for this one, we are going to be create two images. One is for the web API, another one for the MVC. So for this one, to create an image, these are all the commands, everything I covered in the previous videos. I'm going straight. So the Docker build, and you need to provide the file name, that is the Docker file name. So we already in the path of this one, right? So now I'm going to be give the where it was in the services API and API this one, and we have the Docker file is here. Now after this, we need to give the name for the image. For this one, -- tag, and I can give like a .NET Core demo web API, and you can also give this way, but up to you. Just I'm giving this way, like this is the project name and this is the web API related one. And after this, the last one is the dot. Dot means the current context, where it is currently executing. So I am executing this single line. Now it is creating that image. So if, for example, if the Docker files, if I see how many lines are there, 19. So 90 lines are there. Each line it will treat as a one layer and try to be execute that one as a step. So now the web API is created, the image. I am going to be run the another image, that is for the MVC portal, MVC, and this file path is a different. This is the project portal and the Docker file and dot. So for this image, I am giving the MVC. So I am running now. So like one more point I want to highlight is while executing this build one for this project, it may be fail at the restore level, that the NuGet restore. For this one, I already covered in the previous videos, but I want to highlight if you are watching this one directly. If you go to this one and go to the settings, so if you go to the Docker engine, you need to be go and add this DNS. What is this means? You need to be connect the Docker to the Wi-Fi, because you are working with the laptop by connecting to the Wi-Fi. Then you need to give this DNS name here. Okay. Now my MVC image also created. So if I want to see, you can go to the Docker dashboard and click on the images. Now you can see here, this is the tag name MVC, and this is for the web API. The previously these two are created part of my Visual Studio. Okay. Now two images are created. Before going to be pushed into the Azure Container Registry, first I will try to be go and create it, that container registry. So I am going to the I am going to my Azure portal, log into the Azure portal now. So I am going to be use my personal Azure account. So to create a Azure Container Registry, so if you go here, click on all the services and search for the registry. So now you can see the container registries. So click on that. Now it contains nothing, so I'm going to be create one. So here we need to be give these details. So I'm going to be create a new resource group that will be easy while Docker RG, and I'm going to be give the registry name as a Monaga. So this is Australian East, I am giving that one. And we have the three types are there: basic, standard and premium. For the demo I am going for the basic, because these options will be changed based on your pricing tier. So I'm going to be click on here. So clicking the create to create the container registry. Okay, my Azure container registry is created. I am going here. So if I look into this one, now this is the basic tier, all the details you can see here. This is the login server. This is this one. So another one is like you need to be enable the security, right, for this one to access. So if I go for the access keys, where you can see the registration name and login server, I am going to be enable the users, admin users. So this is the user, these are the password, you can use anyone. And there is another one is here. If you go to the repositories, if you try to be push any Docker image, you can come and see here. Currently it doesn't have anything because just now we created. So now what we are going to be do is like we created this one, right? I'm copying this one and I'm going back here. Now before going to be push that one, first the best practice is you need to be go on tagging for your local local Docker image before pushing to the Azure. So for this one, Docker and tag, and next one is like what is the source of that one. So I'm taking for this image, and I'm going to be give the tagging with the combination of my registry. So it will be look like this one, and next one is I can use the same name. So instead of this one, just for differentiating, this is the web API and version 1. I'm tagging this way. Okay, tagging is done. The similar way I'm going to be tagging for the MVC version 1. Now if I go and check here, what is the difference is here, this is the tagging one, the v1, but if I see the Docker image name, it is the same image ID is the same, but only the tagging is the difference. Okay, because indirectly you can access this one by using this one, or by using this one also you can access. Now tagging is done. Now I am going to, before pushing to the Azure container registry, first you need to be login. For that, okay, Docker login, and what is the for the server name we need to give. The what is the server? This is the server. That is I gave that one. Then we need to give the username. The username is the Monaga. Then the password is, I'm copying this password, and -, password, I'm giving the password. Now I'm trying to be login first. Now from local I login successfully to the Azure container registry. Now I'm going to push. For the pushing of the image from your local to the Azure, use the push command. And what is the, I'm going to be use the tagging one. Okay, this is my local image. Now I'm clicking on, I'm running that command. Now what this command is doing, that one is from your local image it will push to the Azure. Okay, done. Now we will go and verify it. If you go to the repositories, and you can see here, this is the one image, and if you click on this one, it has the taggings. So with the same name, like if you have the different versions, version 2, version 3, you can create it. And if you click on this one, you can see the manifest of that specific particularly the image, and you can see the platform. The platform is generally created for the Windows. So the similar way I will do for push the MVC one also. So this is this one. Okay, this is also done. Now if I go and check it here, so now if I see, I have the 2 images. Now as a last step, what we are going to be do is we are going to be create instances, Azure container instances from the container registry. So for this one, the same way, like go here, click on all the services and enter into the containers. If you see here, you can see the container instances. So I'm clicking on this one. As of now, there is no containers. So I'm going to be create now. So for this one, I'm going to be use the existing resource group. Then the container name I'm giving demo API. Okay, and Australian East is okay. So we have the image source. So we can also use the Docker Hub, but I'm going to be use the Azure Container Registry. So automatically it will recognize I have only one Monaga, and which one, like for the web API I'm going to be create, and what is the image tag is the Viva. Okay, this is the for Windows, and here the sizes, if you it is the 1 core and 1.5 GB currently memory is allocated, and if you go and change it, because if you see the number of cores, CPU cores, you can up to 4 you can give it, and the memory you can go for the 16 GB. Okay, I'm going with the default one. Going to the network, so if I see I'm going with the public, I can give the DNS name. For the DNS name I'm going to be give the demo. So this is I'm creating for the staging environment. Let's assume for I'm giving the staging, then API. So this is the extension I will get it. Okay, now this is the port, I'm going with the default port. This is the another one is the environment variables. So for environment variable, I'm going to be give the environment as a staging, so that indirectly in my application, so it will be going to be access this configuration staging one. Okay, now I'm clicking on the create to create the container instances. Now container instance is created, I'm going there. So if I see here, so this is my DNS name and this is my IP. So I'm copying the DNS name and try to verify whether it is working or not. So at the root level it doesn't contain anything but api.customers. So now I can see the result here. Even I can check another API, I got the data. So now API is hosted on the Azure and working fine as a Docker container. So if I go and check couple of things here, and you can also access the same thing with the IP also. So if I go on check, okay, IP API customers, you can see the result. But better we go with this DNS name. So one more options you have is here is the containers. So if I click on the containers here, so now you have this one, you can see clearly what is the name of the container and the image one and which is running or not. So if I see one more one is one container. So with this demo API, try to be understand, and this is the container instances. You can have the multiple instances here, the container instances, but at present I am choosing the Windows. That's why for Windows as of now only supporting at the, this is the, you can say as a group level only one instance. If it is the Linux, you can, it will allow the multiple instances. You can try that one. And below options, if you see the how it started and pulled, created everything, the logs you can see here, events, and coming to the property, it will give in detail about this particular selected container. So it has, this is the DNS name, cores are there, and even what is the environment variable I given this one, everything, even volume is there, everything it will show that one. Okay, now API instance is created. Now we are going to be create for the MVC portal, but before that you observe one thing is I am giving the, I am running, building the staging environment. If I want to be create a staging environment of the MVC portal, then it will try to be communicate, means it required this URL, right? So for this I'm copying this one, I am going back to the staging environment and I am going to be give here. Now after changing here, I need to be go and create again one more image and push to that one, right? So for this reason, otherwise the communication between the MVC and web API doesn't happen, because we are building a staging environment. So for this I'm going back to this one. Now what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to be rerun about this one again. So if I rerun, it will be going to be like update the existing image. Now the image is updated. Now what I'm going to be create a tagging of the v2. V2 means it contains the previous version plus my config changes, right? So that I'm v2 tagging, I'm doing this one, that is done. So now I'm going to be again login, and I'm going to be like a v2 I'm pushing to the Azure, because in the web API I don't have any issue, because web API MVC has a dependency with the web API. Now the pushing also done. I'm going here to check, like, okay, now MVC it have the two versions, right? Okay, now you have the two versions, v2 is the latest. So now I'm going to be create instance for my MVC. So I am selecting the resource, same resource group, so the demo MVC, so Australian East location, and container registry, so it has the MVC, and this is the v2. I'm clicking on the next, this is fine, and here I'm going to be add environment as a staging, so clicking the next, so this is fine. So now the DNS, actually here I'm going to be give the demo staging MVC. Okay, now I'm going to be created. Now the instance is created. So if I go back here, I'm going to be access this one to verify the functionality. Main is the integration one, so this anyway it will run. If I click on here, so it is running now. Now my both instances at the Azure both are integrating properly. Now my environment is running fine. There is another way also to create an instances. Then you can go to this registry and go to here, go to the repositories, go to the specific whatever the version you want, that one. Okay, not this one, like go here, and if you also select the version, and if you have the option here, you can create, you can deploy to web app, you can run the instances. If you click on this one, it will open directly here with the minimal changes, and you can go and create it here. But what I can see the difference between this one and that one, here I can't pass any environment variables here. That is the one thing I observed, that one. Now we start with the demo 2 scenario. First we will build the CI pipeline. So it has the two steps: push one to the Git repository, second one is the create a build pipeline. So for the Git repository, you can take the GitHub or BigBasket, anything. But for this demo, I am going to be take Azure DevOps Git repository. For that one, I will go with my Azure portal. And if you already have the Azure DevOps, you can log in there. But now if you go on, if you don't have anyone, how you can go and create it also I will show. Go to the Azure portal and type as Azure DevOps. Then you will get the DevOps organization. Click on this one and click on the My DevOps. Then it will redirect into the Azure DevOps, which link to your Azure account. So you can go and create the new organization like this one. I already created one with the Monaca, which currently have the two projects. You can create multiple one also. So I am going with the existing one. So after jump back, I am going with the demo 2 here, the project. So if I see here the repos, if you click on the branches, I already pushed to save the time to this one. So obviously it will be going to the master. If I see this one, this is the exactly solution I downloaded from a private GitHub and uploaded here. The only one difference is the deployment folder. I will explain this one later on. So this is the normal, rest of the things is exactly the same. Now the step 2, we are going to be create the CI pipeline. So click on the pipelines, and if I see here, this is the pipelines, is the CI pipelines, and if I see this one releases, this is the CD. So I want to be create the CI pipelines and click on here, create a pipeline. Now to create this one, but what Azure DevOps is recommend, go with the YAML way. But like to explain many people, because they have the visual representation is very important, so that's why I'm going with the classic editor. You can also easily convert from that one to the YAML. So I'm going choosing the classic editor now. Now I'm choosing, okay, demo 2. This is the project I uploaded. This is from the master branch. I click on the continue. Now I will select the empty job now. Now this is looks like this one. So I'm going to be change this one. So I'm going, for example, this is my project is .NET Core demo, and I'm going to build this one for this. Let us assume that, okay, that you can use a specific environment, like, but I'm giving as a CI, continuous integration version 1. Okay, now if I see here, the firstly I'm going to be change the pipeline agent one. Instead of Visual Studio 2017, I'm going to be choose Windows 2019. Okay, agent, and then I'm going to be add a task. So now I'm going to be explain the two ways how you can build the CI pipelines. One is with the Docker file, another one is the Docker Compose one. First of all, I will go with this version 1 with the Docker file. So for this one, I'm going to be take a task of the Docker which will build or push the Docker images. Okay, I'm adding this one. So for this, first I have the two instances, right, like API, and another one is MVC. So I want to first API image build and push that one. Then what is a container registry? So to container registry, first you require the connection to the Azure account, right? For this one, you can go with the two ways by clicking here, or otherwise you can go with the other approach. First I'm clicking here. So indirectly it will show the new connection. Okay, now I'm selecting, I want to go for the Azure Container Registry. So it automatically try to be connected to the Azure account. So I'm going to be give my Azure credentials. Now it connected to my Azure account and automatically detect any containers are there. I already have the Monaga container registry, so I selected this one. So I need to give some name. So I'm giving Azure registry connection version 1. Okay, so it will give grant access permission to all pipelines. Yes. Now it is a new connection is created and automatically populated in the drop down. It is already selected. Now I'm going to be give the container registry. This is nothing but of a the Docker image name. So for this one, I am going to be give the build repository name is indirectly my project name. So project name dot, and this is the API image. Okay, I am giving this one. So this is my project name is a docker.net core demo. It will become instead of this one dynamically and .api. So part of the commands, wherever the star mark was there, mandatory. So here is the build and push. So if you take this task, if you look into the task version, this is a 2. If you take the 0 version, you maybe have the different options, like when your first task is the build, second task is a push. So for each image there may be 2 tasks. So for the latest, I'm taking the latest version 2.0. This is also very careful, and I'm taking the latest version. Okay, it has the build and push. That's good. And I'm going to be select the Docker file. This is my repository, which is pointing to the master, right? So I'm going to the services API and this project, and this is the Docker file I'm selecting. Coming to the build context, previously we used to be give dot. Now this is exactly, it is a correct, this is the right one. I'm not changing anything. And if you see the tagging, the build id, this is now if you try to be build whatever the, like first time it is the first build, if you try to be second time second build, like that it will come dynamically. So this is the tagging. And another one is I'm just going to the next line, and I want to tag the same image with another name is the latest. This is also very important for the releases. For the all the releases you want to take the latest build, right? Obviously. So that's where this tagging also very important. So for this one, I'm moving to the next line and type as a latest. So I'm not changing any parameter. Now API is done. Now I'm going to be clone this task for the MVC. So all the steps are same. MVC image, and here I'm going to be give the existing connection which we created recently, and this is the I'm giving the MVC. Okay, this is the same and this is the same. Okay, the Docker file will be different because this is inside the project. This is the projects and portals, and this is the Docker file. Okay, here also the same thing, latest is there. Okay, now these are the two things are there. And one more point is very important is, if you see the build pipelines, we are giving the agent as a Windows 2019. That means when you run this build, it will allocate one virtual machine something or a container which has the Windows 2019, and it will try to be execute your task within the container. So that container should contain your repository, right? Your code also there, because you are giving here the Docker file. So the context you are giving this is the context how we are running locally. The similar, this context should be copied to the that particular virtual machine before starting the processing. So for this I am adding one more task. So that is the copy. So the copy files. Okay, so I am taking this one as a first. So where I am going to be copy, if you see this one, source folder, the source folder is this one. That's why like I'm not changing anything here. I want to copy everything, and target file is, if you see here, you can copy this one also, because this is the target location. Artifact like automatically dynamically detect. I will show while running this one. Now here it was given. So while building this pipe tasks also, I will show that one the path where it is executing the task. So that for that purpose, I am also specifying here. Just this is the name, right? I can put it dynamically anything here. I put it this one. So now my CI pipeline is ready with the Docker file. Now I'm going to be save it. Now if you want, you can queue it here. I'm queuing now. So everything is selected. If I want more analytics, you can select this one also. Otherwise you can leave it. I'm running now. Now let's wait until completion. Now build pipeline is failed. Let me check this one. What was the reason? So it is while building the API, it is unable to be copied. Okay, let's see this one, the build pipeline again. Particularly the context is very important. Now if I see this one, yeah, this is the problem, the build context. The reason is like, okay, now you are posting to this targeting file, right? This should be the build context. Okay, now I'm saving this one, and also changing here. Okay, I'm saving now. So now I'm going to be re-triggered that pipeline. Let me see. Now the build pipeline succeeded. Now let's check here, click on the agent job. Now we can see here, so to overall it took it like 6 minutes 28 seconds, and major times takes by this one and this one like 3 minutes and 3 minutes aroundly. And if you see this one, the main difference, if you see why we use the copy files, we copy files to this specific like DA1A, the specific folder. Now the build image also, the context is the same, exactly the same. That's why it succeeded. Okay, now if you check to this copy files from this path DA1S2, it is copying to the DA1A. This is only the difference. Okay, now like build pipeline is build the image and post to the Azure direct registry. So let's go and check for the Azure registry. Now I'm clicking on the repositories. So now you can see here the starting is the repository name docker dot whatever the name was it dot API. This is the MVC one. So if I click on the API one, I can see the latest one, 39 is the build one number, and if I see the MVC, the build line 39 and latest. This way now the CI pipeline successfully we created, and we go for the version 2. The version 2 is the with compose one. Now I think most of the I can recommend go with the compose one, because that's why we can spin up with single file the images. Okay, now I'm going to go and create the new one. So using the same classic editor, continue and click on the empty job. So here also I'm giving the same .NET Core demo like CI version 2 something. Okay, now I'm going to be change this one to the Windows 19, and I'm going to be like add a task docker compose instead of docker. Okay, docker compose. Here also build and push multi-container docker applications. Okay, this is the one. Now if you select this one, first I am creating here the display name is for this API image. Now I think it will do the both. Okay, so I'm just leaving this one API and MVC. So first for the Azure Container Registry, okay, I select this one. Obviously I need to be select the subscription. This is in this case I need to be select the Azure subscription. For this I can go and click on here, manage. It will jump on this one. So if I see here, you can also come here by clicking on these settings and you can select the service connections. It will also reach the same thing. I am going to be create the new service one. In this case I am going to be use this one, Azure Resource Manager. So automatic, okay, click on the next. So it will try to be identify the subscription with my account. So I'm giving my Azure credentials. So now it will ask, like it will populate the resource group. I know, like, okay, Docker RG, and I'm giving the connection name, this one, Azure connection version 1. So this is the previous one, registry connection. This is Azure connection. Now I'm going back to here. I will try to be refresh here. It will automatically populate this one. And if you want, you can also give this one, but I'm just created a connection. And now it automatically populate any registries are there, Monogai is there. Now here I need to give the Docker Compose file. If I click on here, I can choose at the root folder on Docker Compose is there. I'm selecting here. So if you have additional, you can give this one here. The project name is the same, but the image name will be differentiated based on the what you given in the Docker Compose file for the name of the container. Okay, now here this is the instead of run, what I can do, I can build this one, and the additional image tag under this one you can also give the build ID. So build ID is similar way what we given, and this is I selected this one. Indirectly it is nothing but of this latest. Okay, instead of this one they already provided here. That's good. Now here what I am doing is like first I am building. This is a build. Okay, now I'm going to be push that one. I'm just cloning the same thing. Push, okay. So nothing to change because the same Docker Compose file here. There is a command actually. Just instead of build, I will push that one. Currently we have only this is the version we have. I think going forward it may be have build and push. Similarly, what we have the Docker file. We'll wait for this one. Now I created the two. Now the similar pattern of the previous one, we need to copy files. Okay, so here just I'm selecting the same thing, no need to change here context. This is a target one. Okay, just I'm going to be use the same thing. Okay, now this is the now let me check the context actually, the Docker file build action. Okay, now I'm going to be save it and try to be trigger this one. Now this pipeline also like completed. So let's go and watch this one, and if I see the process is similar, but if you see observe this one, that for the first build is taking the more time, 5 minutes, but pushing is just 28 seconds. So overall both are same, but like better we go with the Docker Compose with single file. It will be very easy to manage. So now we will go and check in the now let's see the the images. So if you see here, the two images are created. How the naming also we did not specify there. It took it the your project name hyphen whatever you given inside the Docker Compose file. If you see the Docker Compose file, it is the combination of your project name docker.net core dot in the Docker file, like given the naming the container main API, and for MVC main MVC. If you come and see here, the similar way, main API main MVC, and even if you check this one, it will also the 40, the build number, and latest one, the same thing. Now the CI is completed. Now let's move to the CD. For content delivery pipeline, so we need to go with this release pipeline. So I will tell the approach. So now we are going to be deployed to the Azure container instances. For this one, I am taking the ARM template approach. So for this, if you look into that repository, I already uploaded the deployment. So it has the two folders. One is the common, another one is the environment. If I click on this one, we have the ARM templates. So this is the ARM templates. If I click on this ARM templates, this is for the deploying to the like container instances in the Azure. So it has the one section that is the parameters, input parameters up to here. These are the input parameters for this JSON file. So these input parameters values will pass dynamically to the template, and these internally used here. So if I look into these input parameters to create, like if you go and manually create in the Azure container instance, what we require, you need to give the resource group, and you need to tell the name of the container and image of the container, and what is the environment mode. This environment mode means, for example, now you want to deploy to the UAT, or you want to deploy to the production. So you want to deploy for the staging. So this value will be depending on that one. So another one is the where the image you can find the login credential of the like image registry in the Azure. So these parameters, if you see here, wherever you specified, I highlighted the parameters. These parameters means it will come here, and based on the name here, in this case container one name, this is the, it will point to here. Whatever the value will passing here, it will be replaced here. So in this one, like a couple of things are very important. Is the one is here the image name we given here, and environment variables also we are passing based on what we are passing here. It may be you are going to be deploy on the staging or production, it will be depending on this one. And another one is the DNS name also we given, like whatever the container name is there, the same name it will use for the DNS name. Okay, now this is the one. And if I coming to the this is the ARM template. So this is the, like it will take the dynamically the input parameters to deploy, and I am taking the operating system as a Windows. So if I come into the environment, I want to be set up the two environments, let us assume like staging and production. If you want to take the UAT instead of staging, up to you. Okay, now if I come into the production, if I click on the, this is the just input parameter for the ARM template. See, just it has the only input parameter values for all whatever we have the parameters here. Each parameter there is a value here. So if I want to set up the production web API, so I'm passing like a container name, container group name as a Docker RG, and the container name, this is the name it will be going to use for the creating of that container. Okay, and what is the container image where I need to be go and access, and what is the username password. Okay, and what is the environment I'm going to be set up production. So in the similar way for this one also. Now coming to the staging one, the similarly if I click on this one, the mode will be the change is staging, and it may be, this may be change actually. Okay, and where I need to be go and take, because for sometimes like different environments, and if you want to go for maintain the registry is different, you can use it, otherwise by the naming convention you can differentiate that one. So this is the one. Now we will go into this release pipeline. Now we are going to be create a CD, content delivery pipeline. So now I'm clicking with the empty one. So now there is a some tips I will give now. So here I want to be go generally how you will give build. From the build you want to take the whatever the build we have the version 1 version 2, because Docker file and compose file. If you take the normal .NET applications, you will build, and the final build version you will put it into the drop. So that's where like for the release pipelines you will take the build outcome as a input. But in this case, part of the build we already push create the image and push into the Azure registry. So there is no need to take this one as an input. Okay, what we can do, we can go and take the ARM templates directly, because within this one already configured in the which registry the image is there. Okay, like what I can recommend is, if you're coming to that this one, just coming back to here, just leave it here. So coming to the repository, what my recommendation is, this deployment, this folder completely is only related to the CD pipeline. So better you create one more registry here as a Azure DevOps and try to move this folder to there. So instead of, that's where like you can differentiate your code and the deployment related artifacts. Okay, now I'm deploying here, I'm putting the at the solution level. Now I'm going to be create again. So go with the empty. Okay, here I'm selecting the Azure repository. This is the demo 2 and this is the project. I'm taking from the master, obviously latest version it will take it. Okay, I'm adding this one. This is the source. Now I'm going to be add here. Here I'm going to be add ARM templates. Okay, I'm going to be take the task as a ARM templates. So if I click here, so with this one I'm going to be API. I'm going to deploy the API one. So it has a certain parameters. So it will ask Azure connection already created, I'm giving here. So it will check the subscription. Okay, I'm giving this one. Now create, or by default I'm taking this action, leave it with the default option. Now next one is resource group, is I'm going to deploy this Docker RG, and the location is the, so I'm going to be take Australian East, and I'm living with this template location as linked artifacts, and this is the template. Now I'm going to be give the my ARM template where it was there in the deployment. I have only one ARM template, I'm selecting that one, and this is the input parameters. Now I'm going to be build this one as a the CD. This is the production, the CD. Okay, just pipeline. Okay, prod CD, this is the one. The for production I'm content delivery one. Okay, now I'm going to be give, this is the production one, and API, this is the input parameter selecting here. Done, no need to give anything. Okay, now I'm duplicating this one to push the MVC. So ARM template connection string is there, only the change will be the this input parameter, because the same ARM templates we are using that one. Okay, go and select MVC. Okay, now my release pipeline is ready. So before that we will go and verify the input parameters. Okay, now if I go to the deployment environment, and for the production one, if I click on the API one, okay, if I see here, I need to be cross verify the image name will be the same or not. For this one, now I'm going to be give this one like which is created by the Docker Compose. So I'm clicking on this API one, so I'm copying this one. Okay, going here, click on edit, so I am giving here, this is the image for this API. Okay, now if you can observe this one latest, because every time you build, new version will be created of the Docker file, but the latest version will attach with the latest. That's why I'm also, like if you remember in the build pipeline I gave the tag as a latest also. This is very important. Okay, and second one is, this is the parameter is the production is correct, this one, and this password also you need to be give it. So I'm going back to this access keys, so already enabled, right? This is I'm copying that one. Okay, now I'm going to be change this one. Okay, for this one also you need to do the same way. For MVC, go and click here and copy, make sure both are same or not. This is one also MVC same. Okay, this is also correct. Now I'm going back to the this is, you need to be verified before releasing that one. Okay, now going to the release pipeline, now I'm going to be selecting this one, and create release. Now release is completed. Let's go and see this one, how much time it will take it. It took it around the 3 minutes. So if you see the how, you can see that one, which task, how much time it will take it. Now we will go and observe like the containers are created or not. Okay, going to the now if you see here, I gave this is a resource group and 2 containers are created with the exact name what I given in input parameters, and I can go and see this one. So if I go and paste it here, so now yeah, this is the API, right? Like, so we need to be called the customers. So now you can see this one, and similar way you can check for the MVC. So now it will work. So but integration doesn't work, you know that. The reason is, like for the production one, if you check here also, like for example, if I'm going for the MVC and going for the container, what is the environment type? So if I go for these properties, we have the environment as a production. So obviously if I go and see your code, actually the production where like we have the projects, and this is the project, right? Where we have the production, it should be the, this name should be matched with this exactly with the what this is the name. Now you may be think that one, like everything of you are triggering manually, where is the continuous integration and delivery? Now I will show that one. First of all, I will link your branch to the CI pipeline. For this you need to be enable the branch policies by clicking here. So go to this build validation, click on the plus. I'm going to be, this is the build pipeline, so I'm going to be v2. So if I see here, the trigger automatic whenever the source branch is updated. Okay, now if I go back here, so we enable the branch policies for the master. So you can't go and change this one. So for this you want to make some change, you need to be go with the feature branch, raise a pull request. Okay, I'm creating a new branch from the master. I'm going here, like going something, any API changes. So if I go for this anything production, just one file I am updating without impacting anything, just I'm clicking something. Okay, this is done. Now I'm going to be raise this PR to the master branch. Okay, just click on this one. If you see now here, the automatically the build pipeline is triggered here. Okay, the build pipeline is triggered. So I'm saying that approve. Okay, now until we completed. So build pipeline is triggered. You can check this one. If I click on the pipelines, see new V2 is triggered here. So after completing this one, immediately it will trigger the release pipeline. It will come here. I will show that. Okay, let's wait for this one. Now this is the auto triggering is of the build pipeline is completed. If you see here, this is completed. So if I click on this one, and you can see like whether any releases is triggered. If I see here, it is triggered the release 2. If I coming here, it is already triggered this one. This way it automatically you can enable the CI/CD pipeline by linking these all. Okay, now the final one is the demo 3 scenario. For this one, like the only change is the release pipeline will change, because we are going to target to the Azure App Services. So for this one, like first of all, we need to be go and create the app services for the MVC and API. Okay, I'm going to be create now. Select the app services here, trying to create now. So now here I'm giving the existing the Docker RG, the resource group, and name I'm giving demo prod and API for the APIs, And if I see here, this is the normal one code generally we use. For if it is the Docker, you need to choose this one. So you have now Linux and Windows. So we are already targeting operating system is the Windows, right? So select the Windows. Then okay, Australian East, I selecting the region. Then automatically the plan will be created. So you know this one, like this is the prod service plan name. And if you see this pricing tiers for the like Windows applications, you don't have the any plans under the dev and test. We have directly the production one, which is very costly, like 344 per month and 8 GB. This is, there is no below that one. So now I'm choosing for this one, whatever the least one. So but if you choose the Linux here, if you see this one, I'm going back to here, you have the dev test also. If you see this one, you have until 19.1 is the least, and even if you go for production also, you have the different sizes for the 123 for 3.5 GB like this one. So this is also very important. While you are building the image, you need to be choose the Linux operating system, then you will get the better plans here. Now I don't have any option, so I'm like we can also do that one, but like I'm choosing the Windows now for this demo, and the default one is whatever the least one is this one. So I'm going click next one. So from here you need to be choose the image source. So the container register Azure, so automatically identified that one, and trying to choose here, like I'm choosing this one API. Okay, this is from the, and the tag is the latest one. So select the next one, then click on the next one. The next one I'm clicking on the create. Now if I see here, this is already created. Now if I go and check this one, we'll go back to the app. So this is the app. So I will go and check this. If you see the extension Azure website.net, okay, now I will go and test quickly first. This is API, so I'm giving the directly the API path. If I give the API path, now I can see this way, it is working fine. Now if I see this one app services, the difference is, if you here, there is a like a config container settings are there. If you click on this one, you have the different options here. Like I choose as a single container, and this image is from the like Azure Container Registry, and all the details are here. And you can also see the logging. Actually here automatically it will show all the logs here in this section. It is loading now. And you have the option as a continuous deployment. This is what is this mean is, if you enable this as a on, like it will be try to be monitor the image. So if you receive any latest image, the image is like the next version is came, automatically it will trigger and it will automatically deploy that one. And if you want to like continuous deployment, then you can also choose this option. And there is a Docker Compose is there. Currently the Docker Compose file only like for the Linux it is enabled. I think in future it will also comes for the Windows Docker images. Okay, now this is the one. And next one is, if you know like the deployments, how the app service works, similar way it will work. Like you can create the multiple deployment slots, and you can deploy, you can swap it, you can do this one this way also. The rest of the things are normal. Okay, so I'm going to be create for this MVC also. Now this will work, but integration may not be work, because we need to be give this URL, right? We will be going to be give now. So now APIs are created. So this is the URL of the prod API. Just will I note down. Now I'm going to be create a pipeline, release pipelines for this one. So create here releases, and I'm going to be create this one new one. Oh sorry, like for you need to be click on this one. So go with empty. Now coming to this task, actually I'm going to be add that app services for container. So you can just type as a container, you will get this option, Azure Web App for Containers. Select this one. So if you select this one, what it will have is like, okay, obviously Azure subscription, I'm giving the Azure connection string. Now I'm expecting it has to be populate. Okay, just I'm refreshing, because This is, if you see here, the scope is resource docker rg, but my docker rg, if I go there, I already have, along with the container instance, I already have the 2 app services, but it is not populating that one. If I just refresh again, it is not populating. Still I am fine. I am going to be give the name. What is the name of this one is, this is the one, right, for the demo prod API. Okay, demo prod API I am giving here. And second one is the image name. If I see here, the image name you need to be give like this one, how we given previously. So the similar way what we can give it here. So if I go for, I will copy paste that one. Now the image one is the API. To follow the same format whatever given here, just I am giving this one. Okay, and the config file is, I don't need to give this one, that is enough for that. So this is the API. So now I'm going to be clone this one. This is for MVC. So what is the name for the MVC? The name we need to be give this one as a MVC. Okay, and this image path I will give, this is the one. I'm going to be give the name as a prod cd version 2. Okay, now I'm going to be save this one. So before triggering this one, before triggering this version, what we need to give, if I see here, these are the like the extensions of the each URL. If it is the Azure container, it will come like this one, and if it is a app service, it will come this one. So to make it work, I'm going to be give this one in the so before running that CD pipeline, I am coming to the demo2 master branch, to the MVC, the production configuration. I am changing here because I disabled the branch policy. That's why it will allow me. Okay, now this is done. Now I am going to be trigger manually because I disabled the branch policy for the V2. Okay, just after completing this one, we will release to that the CD pipeline, new release pipeline version 2, so that you can see the integration between these two also. That build pipeline is completed. Now we are going to be release the version 2 one. Click on the releases. This is the one, right? We are going to be trigger this one. Now it also deployed successfully. If you go and check the logs here, it took it like 40. It is very fast, like to update that one. Now I'm going to be go and see that one. My changes are there in the app services. So if I go back to here and go to the prod MVC, and you can also check. I changed only the configuration changes, but how you can change it? You can go back to console. Click on the console. Now, so automatically it will come to the C drive now. So I will check what are the files are there. Now we have the app. So this is the app is our source directory. So I will go to the CD app. Now if I go and check the DR, these are my artifacts. You can see this one because now it is connecting to the containers now. So now I want to check this prod version, right? Like just I will go and type here. For this one, to look this one, like okay, app settings, and what is the .prod. So this is the one, right? Now I will go and look into the space more, because in the command line to check the file, if I see here, now if you see this one, whatever the changes are there, it is there, because this is what like I given. So connection, so now it should work that one. Now my latest changes are there already deployed. Now I will go and verify this one, the integration using the app services. Now I will click on this one. Now now it integrated properly. So now we covered all the all the scenarios. So like whichever the way is there, like you can go with that one. Thanks for watching. If you have any further doubts regarding to the CI/CD or any best approaches if you already know that one, and you can add under the comment section of this video. And if any questions are there, I will try to be respond as soon as possible. And all these part of this demo CI/CD pipelines I will convert into the YAML file and upload it to my Git repository. Thank you.